What up, family? It's me, Rondo, a.k.a. Parnell Shuttlesworth, b.k.a. your mom's homie, a.k.a. Young Ash Ketchum. I gotta catch 'em all. F.K.A. Mr. Big Stuff. And my pronouns is Black Matrix. And I would like to welcome y'all to the Treehouse out of Chicago. This is 77 Tree, the podcast, in conjunction with the Bel Air Boys. Here's where we discuss wrestling and all things associated with it. And whether it's your first time checking us out or you've been here before, do me a favor. Make sure you're locked in with us. Make sure you're following. Make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you're checking out all the content that we putting up, because true wrestling fans gonna tap in, and in doing so, it gives us the analytics we need on this side to continue to know what type of content to put out. So I just want to say thank you in advance. So as we move past Backlash, we are preparing for two PLEs that WWE has, for whatever reason, double booked. And they've done it like whenever there's a Saturday night main event, there's a PLE directly after it the next weekend. Like, it's overkill in my opinion, but that's how they rocking right now. So with that being said, we are reviewing the May 18th, 2026 episode of Monday Night Raw on Netflix. This is season 5 for us. I believe episode 4 or episode 5. I lose track right now. But this is the Raw before the Saturday night main event. On this particular episode, Clash in Italy. We got some decent situations brewing between Jacob Fatu and Roman Reigns. It's kind of been a slow build, but you can kind of see what WWE is doing. They've also changed leadership and creative. So I imagine you're about to see a lot of changes. With that being said, let us run through this Monday Night Raw episode. I won't dive deep into every part, but I will let you know what you should go check out, and I'll break down a few things that happened on this particular episode, because it was, dare I say, a pretty decent showing for WWE Monday Night Raw. We open up the show, we get a recap of Jacob and Roman from last week. These guys are cooking right now. I feel like TKO or creative, my apologies, I got the windows open, they're going back to the well. They're doing what works. What worked was the Bloodline. Let's run another Bloodline angle, which they were doing, and originally I was hesitant about, having that take place. But the way that they're putting this together. Last week, Jacob ran through them. He attacked Roman, Tongan Death Grip. The Usos came out to try to help Roman. He ended up bulldozing through all three of them through the barricade. We cut to this week. Roman pulls up. Adam Pearce cuts him off like, yo, if we would have just did what I said last week, none of this would have happened. Roman like, what you want me to say? You was right? We should have did what you wanted? Nah, it's too late now. Roman like, I need to see Jacob and I got to talk to him before you do anything. While they back there talking, Jacob Fatu music hit. He comes out. He like, look, all that talking and everything else is over with. He won't run. He say, matter of fact, he says, Roman, bring your punk ass down here so I could dog walk your ass. Dog walk your punk ass. That's what he said. Uso's music hit. Baby J turned up. Fuck you. He mad. He pull up with the chair. Jimmy like, look, I'm going to be the talker. He trying to reason with Jacob like, look, you lost. You're supposed to acknowledge Roman. Apparently that was in a contract or whatever. We'll go with it. Jacob not about acknowledging nobody, because in all actuality, he hit that turnbuckle, the unprotected turnbuckle. That's what defeated him, if you want to go that route. Meanwhile, Jay in the background, huffing and puffing with the chair. Jay like, you ain't about that life. He go to attack Jacob. Jacob cuts him off, and he go right at him. He still him before he can hit him with the chair. Then Jimmy attacked Jacob. Then Jacob attacked Jimmy. Then Roman music hit. Roman come out after Jacob done laid both Usos out. They get in the ring. They get the slugging, throwing them back. Afterwards, Jay pull up, super kick. Hit him again, super kick. Now they get the upper hand on Jacob. They ended up tying Jacob in the ropes, and they proceeded to mollywop Fatu. I'm talking about kick after kick, Superman punch after Superman punch. Then they unhook him out the ropes. Big spear. That's how we open up Raw. They beat the brakes off Jacob Fatu. Roman and the Usos dip. Pierce coming out to fire Jacob. Roman like, look, you do whatever you got to do now. I'm done. Fire his ass, whatever. It don't even matter. Pierce gets ready to do so. Jacob got a mic. He challenges Roman to tribal combat. So now we have that for Clash in Italy. 2 weeks from now, Jacob Fatu versus Roman Reigns. Tribal combat. Jeez Louise. The winner becomes tribal chief or is tribal chief. The other one has to acknowledge said winner. I'm not particularly sure where they're going with this. Originally, I was thinking Jacob, especially with the angle they just ran, but I do not know for sure. Roman accepts, so now that's on the cards. After that, we get a promo from Finn and JD McDonagh. They're having a street fight tonight right after these promos, and this was a very entertaining match. Very great match. JD is a hell of a seller. I appreciate the fact that Finn is helping to put his mans over, because JD is a show, win or lose. He sells his tail off. His offense is actually pretty outstanding. Like, JD can hit moonsaults from out of nowhere. Legit standing moonsaults, jumping off of 10, 15 foot crates, landing on concrete. If you've ever flipped, you understand how much it hurts to land on your feet. Now imagine doing a backwards flip from 10 feet in the air, landing feet first on concrete. That's JD McDonagh. I would suggest you take time to go and watch this match. It's a very, very fantastic showing for both gentlemen. Now, wouldn't be a Judgment Day match without some Judgment Day interference. Cue Dominic Mysterio. But Finn was able to overcome. See, with it being a street fight, there was no disqualifications or anything like that. But Finn got the upper hand as well as picking up the victory. I do not know if this feud is done or will be done anytime soon. I wish that it would be. Let's move Finn into some more storylines, something else. He's not going to fight Dominic next, is he? He just did that. But if he's doing this to get JD over, I'm rocking with that for sure. JD was just in that IC ladder match, which he showed off in at WrestleMania. After the match, we get a promo from Seth Rollins on the Vision and how he has no friends and he's a marked man. But that's not going to stop him from going directly at the Vision by going through the Vision. After this, we get Byron Saxton talking to Sol Ruka. They're speaking about the fact that Sol hasn't picked up any victories yet. She's interrupted by Becky Lynch. Becky tells her she should just slide because she's not a champ. They ended up getting to the ring. They have a back and forth barring session. It's a promo to set up a match for Saturday night main event between the two women. Non-title affair, if I remember correct. We also get a Vision and Braun Breaker backstage promo with Paul Heyman. After that, we get a Trios Tornado tag match. The El Grandes versus the OG Grande. Yes, this shit is becoming so crazy. Okay. So the OG El Grande now has Brutus and Julio, or Bruto and Julio, whatever. Julius, whatever. And then the real Grande, he has Los Americanos. For the gimmick, yeah, it works. It is an entertaining match as well because these 6 guys all can wrestle. They are building for the mask versus mask match between the Grandes. It's OG El Grande versus the real El Grande. A loser has to take the mask off. So this has been going on for about 3 weeks now. This is the first Trios Tornado tag match I think we've gotten. They're also doing this to help build an audience for AAA. I've noticed whenever they have these gentlemen on the show, they make it a point to advertise AAA being on YouTube and whatnot and the matches. And yeah, it comes on Saturday on YouTube. I mean, I'm doing stuff if I'm being too legit to quit. But I've heard it is a great show, and I do want to take time to check it out. I just need to make the effort, I guess, just to see. They also have JBL, Corey Graves, and Rey Mysterio on commentary. So maybe it's something I'll look into sooner rather than later. This match was very good. It had good spots. It had gimmick. I would say go out of your way to check this match out. To be completely honest, this entire episode worked very well. It was a fantastic episode. We did have shenanigans in the end. We'll tell you that the winner of said match was the Grande and his tag team partner. If you want to know who won, man, go check it out. Just kidding. The Real Grande and Los Americanos won. They pulled up with the U digs and they pulled the metal plates out, slid them in the mask. Shenanigans. They ended up picking up the victory, though. During the break, we got Joe Hendry coming out and doing his stupid Logan Paul song. I'm so tired of it. We then get Kathy Kelly talking to the Usos about tribal combat. Now, this was a fantastic segment here. Because while the Usos are talking to Kathy Kelly about tribal combat, LA Knight, he pulls up in the background. And he talking to Jimmy and he talking to Jay. And Jimmy like, look, not now. And LA Knight like, what, you gonna jump me like you did Jacob? Maybe you'll get Roman. Check it out. Maybe you'll go get Roman and y'all can have our old little Ufalala. That's what he said. Ufalala. Boy, Jay broke so bad, as did everybody else that I know that was watching it. But Jay had to turn away. And the thing that makes that so funny, I don't know if LA Knight did it on purpose. I don't know if he slipped up and just legit forgot how to pronounce it, but it was hilarious and it's a moment. And it shows you that these two guys are really friends, like they buddy, because Jay could not look at him straight after he said that. And Jimmy even gave him a little nudge the first time, but it broke him, man. And that popped me. But for the storyline purposes, LA Knight is like, why are y'all doing this? You've been down this road before. Y'all did this already. Why are you running this shit back? But you know what? LA Knight trying to save his friends. He trying to help his homeboys, and they ain't trying to pay him no mind. But I'm glad to see LA Knight, back on TV. He get his opportunity to be back in the mix. The main event, upper mid card. I mean, something's got to give. You got to put him in some matches, man. After that, we get another fantastic segment. Ethan Page is being interviewed by Michael Cole. And it's one of the classic backstage segments where it's chair-to-chair, interviewer versus interviewee, one-on-one. Before the interview starts, Ethan Page gives Michael Cole questions to ask him. And Cole begins to read the cards. And y'all know I've been an EP fan from the jump. All ego since AEW. If I'm not mistaken, I think he was a Cody guy at one point. Don't quote me. But I've been watching him since some indie stuff really tapped in when AEW started with him. He's up next, man. I put him in the class with Obafemi and Javon Evans and them. He has fantastic mic work. He's a savant in the ring. I mean, he's mid-30. I think he's 35, 36 years old. He's no spring chicken. He's been around. I think he's been wrestling for like 16, 18 years or something like that. He knows the ropes. He knows how to get it going. I think we're watching a superstar be made in real time with EP. I mean, far as making it to the big stage, this is where you want to end up. This segment, I know for a fact it's on YouTube. Go check it out. If not, pull it up on Netflix. VPN that shit. Afterwards, we get a tag team match for the titles. It's Raquel and Roxanne versus Brie and Paige. Couple of notes. One, I do not care to watch this match. Respectfully, don't need to see Paige. Love Brie. Respect the hell out of Daniel Bryan. Don't need to see Paige in my wrestling ring. I don't want that in my wrestling. She looks like the female Casper. She has no pigmentation. This is how white she is. You saw how white that shit was? Like, I'm not impressed. She is a relic from the past. Secondly, rusty as hell. They're rusty. And she's been back in wrestling for like 2 years. Paige was Saraya in AEW. She had been wrestling. I think she had an injury, but I also believe she used that time just to show WWE that she could wrestle. When she got injured, she milked the injury solely to try to get a return back to WWE. AEW probably picked up on that, extended the contract, put time on it, whatever's clever. Number 3, Roxanne and Raquel have been relegated to this tag team feud. Originally, I thought they were planting some seeds with Roxanne and Liv. Liv was ringside with the girls. I don't care about this match. I don't. This wasn't going to be anything. This was putting a women's match on the TV show. This was putting Brie and Paige on. They went on about the fact that these women haven't wrestled on Raw in 7 or however many years it was. Didn't matter. Don't care. We had that happen. If you want to check it out, by all means, go for it. But you're not missing nothing. It was some. I don't want to sound like that dude. You want to check it out? Go check it out. Have fun when you're doing so. Paige and Brie retains the titles, which does not compute to me because Raquel is a giant. Roxanne is the future, and these women couldn't beat Paige and Brie. I'm not trying to hear that. That don't even make sense to me. After that, we get Seth Rollins and LA Knight backstage. Knight basically rubbing it in that he don't have any friends and he ain't gonna have no friends because he getting ready to dip up out of here. Seth got a match tonight against Theory. After that, we get the Obafemi challenge. Obafemi making his way down to the ring. He gets into the ring. The lights go out. Oberfinny is being attacked by who? Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar has made his return. Now, a lot of people were upset with this. A lot of people were pissed at this angle. I originally assumed it could have been a work, which it most likely was. And I guess people are mad that they went that far by acting like he was really retired. Like they printed shirts and all type of stuff like that. I'm cool with it. As far as I'm concerned, originally I thought it was a contract dispute. Could have just been an angle just to get Brock off TV to come back and get him a bigger pop, which it did. After that, Paul Heyman talks to Adam Pearce, presents a contract. It's a match at Clash of Italy, Brock versus Obafemi. Brock's already signed it. He just need Oba to sign it. Afterwards, the Street Profits are having a backstage promo with Kathy Kelly, putting themselves over for Saturday Night Main Event when they go on to face the Vision for the tag titles. Off in the distance, Montez and Dawkins spot Seth. Ted's like, look, I ain't rocking with that. If you going to go check on Buddy, that's on you. You do your thing. Seth and Dawkins chop it up real quick. Dawkins like, look, I appreciate what you did last week. Seth like, look, I know I ain't got nobody watching my back. I know I ain't got no friends. That's fine. But whatever's clever. At some point, everything gonna work itself out. So you already know, Seth facing Austin Theory tonight, he most likely got to face the Vision. We get a rundown of the Saturday Night Main Event card. Saturday Night Main Event, we got All Ego Ethan Page versus Penta for the IC title. We got Brie and Paige versus Nia and Lash for the women's tag titles. Sol Ruka and Becky Lynch, they're having a one-on-one. We also have Charlotte, Alexa, and Rhea facing off against Michin, B-Fab, and Jade in a 6-women's tag match, as well as the Vision versus the Street Profits for the tag team titles. Now, the Seth and Theory match was the main event on Raw. It was a great match. It was a good showing. It was about 20 minutes, but it was also full of shenanigans, which all Vision matches are. I'm starting to become kind of like, blah. Like it's becoming, I don't want to say stale, because it actually is kind of heating up. But I've seen this match before. Not to mention these fools were dressed alike. Very similar match that I've seen. You get Logan Paul's interference. They're both attacking Seth, taking turns, vice versa. Seth does gain the upper hand at some points. But to move past it all, Seth does pick up the victory. Directly afterwards, he's jumped by the Vision. They're going at Seth. Dawkins runs out and he comes to assist Seth, but the numbers overpower him. Now Theory and Logan beating up Dawkins. So Montez runs down reluctantly, but he got to help his tag team partner. After saying that he wasn't, he clears the scene. They get out the ring. Tez pumps him up. He runs, does his big dive over the corner turnbuckle, and that one looked dangerous. I'm pretty sure he was okay after landing, but it did look like he clipped something. I don't know if he went too far, which he is. I mean, he flies far when he does it. I'm not sure if that's what took place, but after Theory and Logan are kind of incapacitated for a few seconds, Tez gets in the ring and he like, look, what did I tell you about boy? Like everybody around him get jacked up. He trying to talk some sense into Dawkins. All you see is Braun running down the ramp. Braun run, slide in the ring. Tez hit him with the 1990 slow motion save. Push Dawkins out the way. Get torpedo spear by Braun. Then Braun boots to ass on Dawkins. Now, whenever Brian comes across these two, he just demolishes them. It's like a hot knife through butter. But then Seth comes in and he, for whatever reason, is able to overpower Brian for a second. But the Vision are too young. In the numbers game, they beat the dog piss out of Seth. Brian hit him with some spears. They proceed to try to take him outside the ring to end him. Brian grabs the steps. And they're finna like crack him. Also, early in the match, Seth tweaked his leg. So he always tweaking his leg in a match. But luckily, Pierce comes down to prevent these fools from doing real damage to Seth Rollins. But just for good measures, before he leaves, he goes and he spears Seth one more time. And that's how we end the episode. The Vision standing tall. They closed out the show. Roman opened it up, said his piece. I think, rating on a scale of 1 to 5, this was most likely, in my opinion, a 4.4 episode. Almost 4.5. A 4, I don't know fractions, and 1/4, 2/5, right? 2/5? Almost 2/5. Anywho, yeah, this was a very decent episode. But when you consider it's a go home show for a PLE, they kind of have to be bangers, right? But I'm not mad at it. And these next 2 weeks are going to be jam-packed with wrestling. So let's buckle up, baby. We going to have some shit to do. But hopefully I gave y'all a pretty decent wrap-up of how the episode went. I wanted to hurry up and get this one out and stay on schedule, but I plan on doing some more stuff and dropping some new things. So we're going to get it all together. We're going to get it together. Get it together. All right, y'all. Be sure to check me out on YouTube, Rondo23, number 2. And then, the number 2 and the number 3. Rondo. I'm on TikTok, Rondo01. Parnell_Shuttlesworth is the IG. Parnell_Shuttlesworth is the IG. Ronnie Doe is the Snapchat. Yo mom's homie. Yo_moms_homie. That's the PS5 joint. I'm on Twitch too under Rondo. Twitch. I got to start announcing the Twitch because I'm back streaming on Twitch and I'm streaming on YouTube. But whoever give me the most attention, that's gonna be like the default situation. But right now, we just out here networking. TikTok is the quickest way to get in contact with me, as well as on YouTube. Comment, rate, review, rate. Y'all got any suggestions? Anything you want to drop on your boy? Pause. That was wild. Hit me up on Spotify. The podcast is available wherever you pick up your podcast. YouTube, Apple Music, Spotify. I do not think we're on iHeart, but give me a little bit. We'll get there. Appreciate y'all for staying tuned in with me, man. It's getting late. I need to get me something to eat. Appreciate y'all. One more time. I'm about to get out of here. Be sure to take care of your mentals, man. But you know me, I'm Rondo, a.k.a. Parnell Shuttlesworth, b.k.a. your mom's homie, a.k.a. Young Ash Ketchum. I gotta catch 'em all. F.K.A. Mr. Big Stuff. And my pronouns is Black Matrix. All right, y'all. Be safe out here. Love.